Hello, hello, hello. Today, I would like to talk about the importance of the word community, of staying together, of finding your people, of learning to be vulnerable, of not being afraid of disappointment, of knowing that there is still hope for you, for the collective, for the domino effect, that the energy that you put out is the energy that everybody else around you is going to feel, even if they're not empathetic. Things that you do or do not do will affect everybody else around you. Tower card at the bottom of the deck as well. I love that being there. So, importance of community, the importance of staying together, and the importance of Four of Cups is also very prominent today. I've had it fall out a couple of times for readings. Four of Cups, not isolating yourself, especially when things get tough, because it's so important for us to stay together, and we very much as a society have lost that sense of community because it's not tradition anymore. The Hierophant is falling out. It's just genuinely not the tradition anymore. We are so far separated from the importance of socializing as a society that what comes up must come down, with cycles falling out here, and the cycles will always move. We are falling apart in terms of learning to stay together. When times get tough, we tend to isolate ourselves. We tend to go back into introspection, which is a good thing to a certain extent, but balance. Everything must be a matter of balance, and I know that it's easier to be independent, especially when you have trust issues, you're afraid of disappointment, you're afraid of being vulnerable with others, but it is so important to learn to do that. It is so important to find your people, the people who are going to help lift you up, the people who are going to help you become the person that you want to be, and you have to make that your tradition. With the Hierophant card falling out, this could also be associated with a sense of mentorship. You helping others or others helping you, building your community through that process. You have things that you want to learn, you have things that you want to teach or that you can teach. So why don't you start building that community of people who can learn from you or who you can learn from, whether this be spirituality, whether this be a skill, whether this be even some sort of bartering, that if you do not have the finances to live the stable life that you want, maybe you can teach somebody something and they can give you a service in return. Because again, cycles are falling out here. I feel like we need to go back to those basics a little bit more in order to build that community, in order to find our people, in order to find the happiness and the hope and change, because we have so much information at the tip of our fingers, but how much of it is actually quality information? How much of it is actually quality communication with the people that you care about? Finding your people, finding your community, learning to work again in a community, learning to not break apart. I've also been hearing a lot, or it's been on my mind a lot, that scene from Finding Nemo of swim down. We are stronger in numbers with anything that we do, whether it be in your own personal life or as a collective. We are stronger in numbers, and that's also the importance of community. And the fact that we are so interconnected, yet we are so far apart, is a very interesting balance. Temperance card is falling out for balance. Bringing back balance. We are social creatures, and we can't do everything alone, nor should we have to. Learn to become a little bit more vulnerable. Also, Three of Swords was at the bottom of the deck. I know that you're afraid of trusting others because you're afraid of getting hurt again, but there's plenty of fish in the sea, and there's plenty of people who are going to be there for you if you allow yourself to be open enough to find them. But this means you have to set your boundaries properly. That's also the importance of community building, that you have to set your boundaries. Even if you do mentorship stuff, even if you teach others or others teach you, you have to set proper boundaries of knowing energetically who to allow into your life. And you've been through a lot. You know how to do that. You have that sense of balance of learning to listen to yourself and to your intuition. You have to learn to build boundaries of how much energy you will give to other people, how much time you will give to other people, and how much time you will give to yourself. And again, with that sense of introspection and isolation, how do you spend too much time with yourself? Which isn't a bad thing, but again, balance. Balance of socializing, balance of spending time with other people, and a balance of these cycles of bringing back the needs of human beings, being social, being vulnerable, and being fully human. You will find your people, and I think it's genuinely going to be through some sort of teaching, learning dynamic, but know that this change has to happen, and this change will happen. So instead of being negative and spiraling about lack of community or lack of having time for yourself, bring back balance. The right people are going to help you love yourself a lot more and give you space to be with yourself when it is needed.